Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'll tell you, in all honesty, there is nowhere in the world I would rather be this morning than right here with you all. And I'm just so grateful to God to get to be with you on this Thanksgiving. As I think many of you know, I just got back from Rome a week ago, and it was a fantastic trip. It's lovely to go, but I've kind of felt like a heel for the last week. People are like, oh, how was your trip to Rome? Like, it was good. I'm really happy to have gone, but I'm just so happy to be home and to be with you all, and especially on Thanksgiving, to get to, be sitting there during the beautiful responsorial psalm. Flora is singing, looking across at two of my favorite people, Ted Blanton, Marshall, our wonderful server, the boss, like being with all of you. My family's here, my favorite sisters, my dad, my niece, my godson. It's so good to be together. And one of the things I kind of realized when I was in Rome was, okay, don't get me wrong, it's like, oh, woe is me, you're in Rome. Like the guys that are over there, just being away from home is not the easiest thing. Being away from your country, especially on this particular day. This is a day of our country, in such a big way. Thanksgiving Day, we thank God for all of the gifts that He's bestowed on us here in the United States, and all of the different people that have come to these shores and have lived there and have made a living. We get to thank God that He's brought all of us together. And being at the Pontifical North American College, it's very much a rah-rah United States kind of a place. Like etched in stone along the big top of the front corridor is all of the sending dioceses, which is interesting because that predates the Diocese of Charlotte. So we're not up there, but it says Belmont Abbey because at the time, the abbot of Belmont Abbey kind of oversaw this whole area. Fascinating stuff. I won't go into too much about this college. But there is a story I want to tell you, and that's about Thanksgiving last year. So there's a cardinal that was living in Rome from the United States that apparently absolutely loves Thanksgiving, hadn't gotten to celebrate it in the United States for a very long time. And at the North American College, they invited this cardinal to come for Thanksgiving last year. And that cardinal's name is Robert Prevost, which now we all know as Leo the 14th. And so he was there last year with them, celebrated their Thanksgiving Day Mass, joined them for everything. They said, he's just a really kind guy. We appreciated having him there, and he apparently loved the pumpkin pie so much that he took one home and then brought it up on a couple of different occasions about how much he loved that pumpkin pie, and they had said, let's do this again next year. Well, then he got elected Pope, right? And so apparently, a couple of months ago, he called the rector, Monsignor Thomas Powers, and he calls, can you imagine getting this call? Monsignor Powers answers the phone, hello, hi Tom, it's Pope Leo. And he's like, the Pope is calling me Tom. He's like, well, hi Holy Father. He said, Tom, I know that we had planned to be together for Thanksgiving this year, but I have to go to Turkey, which is funny, and it sounds like an insane joke. He's in Turkey right now. And so I bring that up in particular because A, it's funny and it's real, and it's crazy how these jokes happen, right? It's like a Monsignor and a Pope walk into a bar and they talk about Thanksgiving in Turkey. It's just funny how it happens, but it's real. But the other thing is, you look at that and just how much he appreciated that and how much the man loves Thanksgiving and just enjoyed being with other priests, guys from the United States, and just enjoying a Thanksgiving meal together. And this year he has to give that up. Now, it's an awesome reason. He's celebrating the Council of Nicaea and the foundation of the Nicene Creed and doing huge ecumenical work. But I know that the poor guy, it's a sacrifice. It's not easy. And here we are, getting to come together on this morning before we go back home and have some wonderful meals. I hope everybody gets to have some amazing meals today, get some time with family. I'm grateful to God my family's here this year and we get to be together. To have all of that, and I just think we're so blessed to have this particular holiday in the U.S. And I would say as we reflect on this particular gospel once again, that we almost always choose on this day, right? The 10 lepers. And I think it's easy sometimes to immediately kind of demonize those first 9. I kind of love this story of a recently deceased priest in our diocese who used to be a pastor at another parish, and he gave that famous homily where he said, "You know what happened to the other nine lepers? They came here and founded this parish." He didn't think people were thankful enough. So, I don't think that's necessarily the way to go about encouraging people to be thankful, but, we all have our own ways. But I would say we're a lot more like those 9 than I think we tend to think sometimes, because you look at them, and in all honesty, they're not really bad guys, right? I mean, Jesus says, they yelled at him, "Jesus, Master, have pity on us." The 10 of them together. And notice, it's a blend here of foreigners and local folks. Everybody together. They got bigger problems. They're not thinking about where everybody's from. They are a group of lepers. They all have these same issues. And he saw them and said, "Go show yourself to the priests." Now notice this. As they were going, they were cleansed. All 10 of them went. All 10 of them listened to what Jesus had to say, and they did it. I mean, it takes faith to do that. They were living out the faith. They went, and they were cleansed. I think sometimes in our faith we get so focused on doing the stuff we got to do, and we got to keep walking, we got to keep moving, we got to do the things. But ultimately, our Lord wants more for us than just that. Yes, he wants to heal us. I love the G.K. Chesterton line, right, that I thought of a lot in Rome, that in this life we can even be homesick at home. It's like we know that we're longing for more. We know that we're longing to know and to be known. And the thing is, in following the rules and doing what we're told, yes, those are important things, and yes, we need to live that out in the faith. But that's not where it ends. Jesus Christ wants a relationship with us. You notice the one comes back, thanks him, right? Glorifying God in a loud voice, and fell at the feet of Jesus and thanked him. And notice it's like that in and of itself, that thanksgiving is in itself a gift. And my friends, as we live this life, I would say it's an important thing to make sure that we don't just do this on the last Thursday of November, but to make sure that every day we don't just do the stuff. We don't just do the rules that we're told. Don't get me wrong, they're important. Keep going, keep living the faith well. But make sure that you come back to him. Make sure that you thank him. Make sure you recognize the fact that our Lord is in our midst. And so even for, our good and holy Pope Leo XIV, as he has to be on the other side of the world today and not here enjoying pumpkin pie in Turkey, he's just in Turkey. But the good news is that Jesus Christ is present, that we do believe in him, and ultimately, it's not just believing in an abstract way, it's knowing that he's here with us, that he's in the midst of everything, that he delights in the fact that we get to tell new jokes about a pope that went to Turkey on Thanksgiving, right? That he is providing for all of these things all of the time, and if we're not careful, we'll forget to go back and to thank him. And thanks be to God, he's given us this day and given us the opportunity to gather together and to go to Mass, to celebrate the Eucharist, which means Thanksgiving itself. My friends, I know there are difficulties. I know that there are leprosies that all of us have in one way or another. Yes, call out to Jesus. Yes, ask him for mercy. Yes, do what he says. But make sure that you keep returning to him, to keep thanking him, to keep inviting him into all of those moments that he continues to give us from day to day, right here at home, right in the midst of everything. We're so blessed to get to be together, to welcome our Lord once again into our presence. Let's make sure that we thank him for all of these gifts and to continue to share those gifts with one another. Praise be Jesus Christ.